Part two, worship leaders that are so angry and driven by their ego. When you say things like, I ain't gonna let no rocks cry in my place. If you don't want to praise him, I'll praise him by myself. And he gave you breath in your body. You should be on your feet because you've got breath in your body. Some people are not grateful to have breath in their body because of what they're going through. Seriously, some people just don't even want to be here, but then they should be grateful. You don't know what somebody is experiencing. And let me get into it. When I was in church or going through, and even when I came out of the church, I said, if I got to keep going through, take me out of here. I don't want to be here. It's weird because back in the day, our ancestors would always sing about that chariot coming in the sky, rescuing us and getting us up out of here. Now we're fighting to stay here and be grateful for the little breath that we have in our body. But we're going through. We're always suffering, always going through as Black Christian believers, church folk, not me because I'm out of it. I'm talking about collectively. I would rather go where the streets of gold are. That's what y'all say. I'd rather go where the mansions than to keep going through this. And you see people say, ooh, this life here is ghetto, this, and that. Because y'all don't know how to live victoriously in this life. You know how to go to church, but you don't know how to live victoriously. So this is where the mental illness comes in. You want Jesus to return and it's like you're scared he coming back. But on the other side, there's mansions, there's peace. You forget things. You get to see loved ones. Why wouldn't you want to go over there? Why would you want to stay here and struggle? I'm just here to see another day. I'm just so grateful that I got breath in my body. So the people that are in the audience that you're fussing at, you don't know what the hell they're going through. They would rather not even be here. But here you are in your ego. You better be thankful for that breath. For what? I'm breathing, but I'm about to get evicted. I'm breathing, but I'm having this issue with cancer. Let me tell you about my daddy. When he had cancer, let me tell you this really quick. He said, I'm ready to go. I'm tired. I don't want to be here anymore. And that man looked me in my face. And you have his last voicemail. His last voicemail to me, it's on my TikTok and it's on my YouTube. I can tell you where it said if you want to hear it. And he's like, I'm ready to go. He didn't say it on the voicemail. This was just his last voicemail. He's like, but he told me, I'm ready to go. I'm tired. And I was trying to put him in hospice after hospice after hospice, hospital facility. He said, I'm ready to go. And that sweet best friend of mine just left. He left. Like, y'all are scared to be here, scared to die. But on the other side is all this peace, joy, and happiness. And here you are yelling from the pulpit, and it makes people crazy. It makes people feel like something is wrong with them. Like, I should be grateful, I should be happy, but my life sucks. Because they don't know how to manifest. They don't know how to live the scriptures that they say they believe. And here you are yelling. I told God when I was still calling him God, and I said, take me out of here. Take me out of here if my life is not going to get better. He took me out the church. Y'all are sitting here waiting for God to rescue you. He's going to be coming through the sky. He's going to be rescuing me. And if you're waiting and wanting him to come and rescue and get you out of here, why are you bashing people because they're not grateful for the breath that they're breathing? Life sucks for them. It just does. They don't know how to live it. All they know how to do is go to church and suffer. And it promotes religious trauma. I'm suffering, but I'm supposed to be grateful for this breath. No, I don't want to suffer. Either show me how to stop suffering or take me out of here. And take me and my kids too, because I don't want them here suffering too. I'm just being real. Like, I don't want them here suffering. I don't want to suffer. Take us all together, since it's supposed to be so much better on the other side. And the reality is you worship leaders have just been put there in that position, and you don't know why you're there. Some of you have been put in that position because you can sing well, you know how to speak and get the crowd hype and stuff. But you have no idea, and you're just as dangerous sometimes as the pastors. And it also promotes religious trauma because if you don't want to praise him, I'm going to praise him by myself, and then you start bucking and doing all this kind of stuff, then it makes people feel like, man, if I'm not doing that, I must not be worshiping God. Something must be wrong with me. When everybody needs to have their own experience. That means that if you're not doing that, that means you're not connecting to God. If you're not bent over and weeping and wailing and doing all of that, and then so people will do this, they'll just lift their hands and try to conjure up some pain. Or just, some people just not going through. Everybody not always going through. Some people just not going through nothing. They just there. They're actually good. But here you are making them, because they're not doing that. Religious trauma. Y'all really don't know what it means to exhort and let people have their own experience. You want them to have your experience, or then you're going to start fussing and yelling, just like the pastors do. And then it's the opposite that causes religious trauma. You think because somebody is doing all the and all of that, and they are doing that they're actually connecting. And they're going to leave that place talking crazy to people, being mean, not loving their husband, not loving their wife, depressed, suffering from mental illness. And so you think if they're not doing it, then they're not connecting. You think that if they are doing it, then that's worship. They're really doing the right thing. And then people will think, well, you're the one with the mic. You're the one that's on the stand. You're the one that's up there and you can sing really well. So you must be telling the truth and there must be something wrong with me. And I'm going to tell you this, all those runs that you guys are doing in these pulpits, we have been ran through with all of these runs. Okay, you can do runs in every key. You can do runs in every octave. You can do runs backwards. You can do runs in Spanish. You can speak in tongues in runs. But what is that doing for us? It's entertainment. It's a show. It's flesh. And back where I'm from in Houston, every worship leader aspired to do a live praise and worship album. I did one at the Fountain of Praise. That was the thing. If you did a live recording, then that means you made it. We've lost sight. We've been lost sight, and it's getting worse and worse. So this is to praise and worship leaders, whether they hear me or not, but it's more so to the people that's in the audience, that if you continue to be in those spaces, you do you. Stare at them, look at them. And I'm not saying to do it in a mean way. I'm saying if that's your experience, you don't let somebody's ego try to get you to do something that's inauthentic. You just stand there and look at them. If you don't want to praise them, I'm going to praise them by myself. I would be the one in the audience to say, do it. Let me see. Go ahead. People are tired and they're finding their own way. And that's what I want to celebrate. People are finding their own way. And that is the point of all of these videos. It is for us to think, for us to have our own experience, to take our lives, our spirituality into our own hands and do what's authentic for you. That's why this page is called You Living Intuitively. And my other page, Intuitive Intentions. And no old scary Christians gonna be scared of those words. Y'all are scared of words, my God. Scared of words. And can't even cast out a demon, but scared of words. Want to tell somebody they church hurt, but you scared of words. I just posted that video. Let me get off that. And you'll tell people, put a praise on it. Just put a praise on it. No, some people need to put therapy on it. They need to put counseling on it. They need to put courageous conversations on it. When they actually need to do something about it. Not put a praise on it, do something about it. Shouting and praising and putting a band-aid of praise on it, that'll make them feel good for the moment, just to cry it out. But they're still going to have to go home and face it. They're still going to have to deal with it. This is why we are where we are. Church people, Black people,